About to say Solanke.
Lucky. Fucking lucky. Injured again.
Looks like North London teams beating Dutch teams away ain't for everyone, is it? Clearly.
Away as well.
Away, yeah. It's not for everyone.
What happened today, Liam?
What happened today? Don't know, mate. Don't know. They were so good that they didn't even need to score because we did it for them. 1-0 down, going into the home game. Like, boys, do you want it or not? You fucking want it or not?
It's also not just that. It's like, what else is there to want? Like, it's either you die for the cup or like what?
Ange, put me out there next week.
Man United drew today. We didn't lose.
No.
And by the sounds of it, we were all over Sociedad. Going into the title, Old Trafford, I don't know.
Yeah, you know. I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely thought they were gonna smack you up, but you might. What is it? 1-1.
Yeah.
Bro,
See, Ange, this is what you're doing to this man.
yeah, I need saying, man. I need something. So
And I have a feeling by the end of it, there will only be maybe one, maybe two of our teams left in Europe. If you lot both go through, I'll be surprised.
If we both win, are we facing each other in the semis, or we can only face each other in the final?
So if you win, and Bilbao win, you'll face Bilbao. Bodo Glimt are 2-0
Bodo
up.
Glimt Lazio.
The chances of you lot playing each other in the final is impossible. But I feel like whichever one out of you does go through is going to the final, 100%.
Watch us, absolutely fucking batter these, man. Go through against Bodo Glimt or whatever they're called and lose to them. I can see that happening.
This hate watch is going to feed me for generations. To the one of you that doesn't win that final, incredibly embarrassing. But you have put all your eggs in the basket. You've borrowed eggs.
I think
they're the main two.
I think man for man, we have got a better squad. The only thing you've got, that's facts.
You're worried about playing against Ahmad. I know this man ain't worried about playing against Brennan Johnson.
It feels different.
You can't say Spurs are going to win. I'm just hoping. I'm hoping we beat them lot.
If we play like how we played at Frankfurt away, just hoof the ball, be composed, I think we're going to cause you problems. We haven't won a Europe Cup since '84. We haven't won a cup since 2008. We're hungry, boy. Yeah, fucking hell. By the time episode 70 comes out, someone in this room is going to be a European champion.
Because when...
Well, this is awkward, isn't it?
Whatever do you mean?
I don't know what's going on. I'm sitting here with this on. I've got the fucking flag and everything.
Yeah, a couple cans of boost, episode 70.
Episode 70.
We got Snowden, we got Podcast Puppy, and we've got Butch.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
That's not.
Who's?
That's not Butcher.
Where's Butcher?
I don't know. He said, what's the time? I did say 7:30.
You did indeed, yeah. Is he running late?
Hold on. I've got WhatsApp on my laptop. Let me. You ain't gonna believe this.
What?
He's pulled a sickie.
Pulled it, what, on recording day?
Recording day.
What, first one
70.
after a final?
Yep.
Oh, I don't know. It's not good look, is it?
He has got a voice note to play.
Okay.
But
I did see a voice note go in the chat earlier, but
I don't know
this will be the first time I'm listening to it because I haven't listened to it yet.
I don't know if you've got your phone to hand.
I do, yes.
If you would like to play the voice note that I do believe that was sent.
The team. It's Big Rob here. Just a heads up, I am going to be taking a rain check on the next episode. Unfortunately, I am not feeling too great and need to take it easy for a bit. The result on Wednesday night has everything to do with it also, but congrats to Spud and the rest of the pricks on the win. Though, let's be real, it was a pretty underwhelming season for both teams. I am going to take the big fat loss as per, but just remember that Spurs are still incredibly dead. Get well wishes would be appreciated. I am going to drown my sorrows with a pack of potato smileys, a pack of 3-ply tissues, and a bottle of cocoa butter. I'll catch you all when I am back on my feet, safe.
Fair.
It seems legit. It seems like he's actually unwell.
three ply tissues. That's how you know it's serious. I didn't even know I did 3-ply.
No, he's obviously been losing sleep. It is what it is, mate. It is what it is. He's not well. He's not here. But do you know what? It doesn't matter because we got little Ange here. That's still good enough for me. We got little Ange.
Little Ange with the belt as well.
With the
Fucking
belt. I didn't give him the belt. I didn't see you give him the belt.
Nah, he just rocked up.
What's that round his neck?
Is that what's that, an Australia flag?
That is an Australian flag he's got around his neck.
Fair.
Well, I'll keep it on brand because I actually brought my flag with me as well. To show respect to my manager, I've got my Greek flag. So, do you know what? I'm going to wrap this around my neck like so. And we're going to do the rest of the episode like this.
Fair. A few things to get through. Obviously, I was hoping to cook Sinelli,
Yes.
mainly because there's a lot for me to like unwrap. Because obviously, whereas I didn't have a team in the final, let alone a final full stop or whatever, I had my own level of investments in the proceedings or whatever.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, I made it known that I wanted you lot to lose, only because I didn't want you lot to win it.
Yes.
At the end of the day, after you've won it, will I lose sleep?
No.
Nah, not
No.
at all. Do I feel like you didn't deserve it? Nah, not at all. Did I watch the whole final? Nah, not at all. I checked the highlights because I knew going into it, it would be one of the deadest games and I didn't want to waste my time.
Yeah.
I was checking the scores. I was like, yeah, you know what? Fairs, I think we might even have been on PlayStation or whatever. I weren't too interested in it. I'll give you lots of flowers because it was the worst final ever. Because I've checked the highlights. The goal was rubbish.
Yes.
I will put out my public apology because the person who scored in the final, to my knowledge, was Brennan Johnson.
Yeah.
Right, another shit goal, but you know what? Could have missed.
Could have.
Like,
Could've.
if it's in a final, it doesn't matter how it goes in, as long as it goes in.
No, and that was the
And you win.
scrappiest goal I've ever seen. And
Yeah.
I'm glad he got credited the goal.
Yeah, like you lot, look, don't get me wrong, like, 16th, 17th, you lot are both shite.
Very, very shy.
But luckily for you lot, because I was saying this, like the two worst European finals I've ever seen in my life,
both of them
you were in both of them.
Yeah.
But the difference is, it didn't really matter how shit you played in the final, because United were always going to outshit you.
Yeah.
Like, Liverpool didn't play well in the final, the Champions League final against you lot, but they still played better than you lot. You lot were a little bit robbed. I thought the penalty was harsh. Obviously, it's like history now or whatever. But you lot were just shite.
But do you know what it is? Do you know why this one felt different? Because and I was meant to say this last episode, but I completely forgot. When we got to the Champions League final, we felt like we won when we beat Ajax. If that makes any sense. Like, when we beat Ajax, that was like, we won it. Like, we won the whole thing. Like, to the point where Hugo Lloris even come out after he left Tottenham and he said, like once we beat Ajax, like, the club gave us these, like, I think it was like Hublot watches with, like, engraved on them Champions League finalist. And he said in his book, he's like, who the fuck does that? That is not winning mentality. Like, and you see how emotional Poch was. Like, we felt like we won then. This time, it just felt it felt different.
Like,
It felt different.
with my investment in Tottenham, don't get me wrong, I can't stand you lot
Yeah.
as an Arsenal fan. But at the same time, like, what is it? Like, in don't throw stones if you live in glass houses kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, you lot have enjoyed it or whatever. You lot haven't enjoyed it or posted about it any more than I would have in that situation.
Yeah.
Because I'd be posting about it as well. But I can let you lot enjoy things without being upset about it.
Yeah.
Like, the only two reasons that I'm glad you lot won it, and there's only two, and they're stretch of a reasons. Ange deserved it because he's not a good manager at all. I still think he's shit.
Uh-huh.
But if you're shit, that doesn't mean that you get the abuse. Like, the pundits have been giving him stick, the interviewers have been giving him stick or whatever, and he's won. Like, ultimately, like, he won, he's proved them, like, somewhat wrong or whatever. And, Like, I don't like him as a player. I think he's a bit annoying as a player. But as a person, it really warmed my heart to see Son with the trophy.
100%.
Because he's put
100%.
more into Spurs. The only player that could arguably have put more into Spurs in the last however many years is him and Kane.
And then Kane jumped ship though, didn't he? So,
But at the same time, I'm kind of glad for Kane that you won it or whatever, because then Kane's won his first trophy, Son's won his, and back in the day, these two were they were dragging you forward.
yeah.
So it's nice for them. Like, I feel like they're too good of players to finish their whole career having not won a trophy.
Yeah.
Like Kane especially.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what Son won at where was he, at Leverkusen or wherever he was at.
Leverkusen, I don't think to my knowledge, I don't think he's won anything.
Yeah,
he won the thing with South Korea, didn't he?
Yeah, but you can't be that good of a player and have no trophies.
Yeah. Like,
So it's nice for them.
I'm not gonna pretend like I didn't come on here. Like I don't want to be like one of these flip flop fans. I'm not gonna pretend like I didn't come on this podcast and lose faith, because I was backing him for months and saying Europa League. He has to have the Europa League. But I lost faith. I'm not gonna lie. I lost faith. It was when he cupped his ears at the fans. That was the moment.
Unless you're a City fan during like that period, or a Liverpool fan or whatever during like the Klopp era or whatever, every football fan loses faith in their manager.
Yeah.
Like, you won't. Some lose it to different degrees. Like, you lost your faith in your manager, but at the same time, you weren't cussing him 24/7, saying how much you hated him and you wanted him out.
Yeah.
Like, so for fans like you, now that you've won it, you lot can enjoy it. A lot of you put your hands up and say, look, you might not like Ange, but you respect him for what he did.
Yeah.
He made a risky play. Amorim and Ange made the same risky play.
Yeah.
They completely fucked off the league to like an embarrassing degree.
Yeah.
But at the end of it, United have got fucking debts. They still owe money on transfers. They got no European football.
Yeah.
And Spurs have got European football. You lot are in the same competition as us.
Yeah.
Like, you got there in a very, very, very long-winded way, and you sort of... Like, this is the equivalent of you've gone all in at the casino and it somehow paid off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of men have done that, have been in situations. But I've seen Wenger, when we get to like quarterfinals, I've seen him sacrifice the league, rest players in the league. We drop places, we drop out of the title race, get knocked out of the league, and then what? Nothing. You finish fourth for however long.
Yeah.
But while on that topic as well, I'm seeing Chelsea celebrating fourth like they've just won the league.
Yeah.
I find that a little bit embarrassing, considering there was a period where top four was just, oh, okay, it's not good enough. But now everybody was nearly dying on the last day to get top four.
100%. Yeah.
We had Forest, Newcastle, Chelsea, Villa, all of them ready to do whatever they needed to get in that top four.
Yeah. And what was it? Forest ended up in fucking conference, isn't it? Mad.
But ultimately, like, for Forest, they can't be too upset. I know that prick of an owner is going to have a go at Nuno for it.
Yeah.
But ultimately, Forest was shooting like they were punching above their weight.
I don't think Nuno's a good manager, though. I don't know. I still... I don't know. I really don't know. I can't see him doing the full season next year. I just can't see it.
No, I mean, me neither. But ultimately, it was a season for like firsts.
Yeah.
Like Forest was the first time in Europe in fuck knows how long. PSG might win their first Champions League.
Yeah.
Spurs have won their first trophy in fuck knows how long.
17 years.
Palace have won it in God knows how long. Newcastle, God knows how long. Like, I might not enjoy it, but it's good for football.
It is good for football.
Because it's boring every year. Like, fucking, you look at the start of the season. All right, cool. Who's going to win the league? All right, cool. City are going to win the league. City are going to win the FA Cup. And either City or Liverpool are going to win Champions League.
Yeah.
It's been them two for the last however long, and it's fucking boring.
Yeah. Back on Ange as well, like, whether Spurs fans want to admit it or not, he is the greatest manager to manage this team since Keith Birkinshaw.
Because he's won something.
Because Keith Birkinshaw was the last manager that won us the same trophy, the UEFA Cup. I'm not too sure. Like, I didn't support Spurs when they done the League Cup under like one day Ramos, but to my knowledge, I think he won the cup and then he dipped. To my knowledge, so Ange has to go down. Like, as much as I love Poch, Ange has to go down as one of the best managers that You can't even argue that now. He's won a trophy at every club he's been at.
It's like, for me, it's like the Jordan Henderson debate.
Yeah.
Like, Jordan Henderson wasn't a good player.
Yeah.
Or he wasn't like a world-class player.
Mm-hmm.
But he did stuff that Gerrard didn't do.
Facts.
Like,
Facts.
I'm not going to, like, say that fucking Ange is your best manager ever.
Yeah.
But he is your most successful manager.
Yeah.
Because, like, he won something. He's the only one that's won something.
Yeah. And not only that, said he was going to do it as well.
Yeah.
Said he was going to do it.
You know what, Fez? Like, I saw that he got a little bit excited, got caught up in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, the third season's always better than the second.
Always better than season 2. I was like,
I mean, he's half setting himself up for failure.
Yeah.
But the way that quote hit, if this next one hits and you win another thing again, fucking Fez.
Could do the Super Cup, man.
Fucking Fez, bruv. You lot are in the fucking Champions League, bruv. If you lot go and win that, I might have to lock it off. Because winning like Europa is one thing, but we can't hate on you lot too much because we never won the Europa. But at the same time, Spurs can't call on us too much because we had no opportunity to stop you from winning that. It was all the other teams, and especially United, which is why if Sonelli was here, he'd be getting cooked because they had one opportunity to stop you lot from winning it, and they just fucking couldn't be asked.
They're livid as well, man. But do you know what? I thought they are in the mud. You know, I'm not going to speak on behalf of Snelly because I don't know his club like he does, obviously. But from an outsider's point of view, they are fucked.
It don't look good. Like
how are they getting Cunha? How's that happening?
They're lucky that they agreed. Well, I don't know, like how agreed that deal is.
Yeah.
I think I saw the here we go or whatever. But they're lucky that they've wrapped that up before the final.
Yeah.
Because if I'll be honest with you, like size of club or not, if I was Cunha and I was still at Wolves or whatever, and you lot have just won the Europa, I'd rather come to you lot than United.
Mm.
Yeah, it'll look better on the CV that he's at United, because obviously United were like the biggest club in the world or whatever.
Mm.
But he's going to want to play European football. So what next? He's going to play league football. United aren't going to go from 16th to fucking challenging for the title, unless obviously to be fair to Amorim, everyone says give him a window, and I agree. But that window isn't going to all of a sudden like put you in the race. They might do all right, but their season's going to be dependent on City not bouncing back, Arsenal not improving, Chelsea not improving, and Liverpool not improving.
Mm-hmm.
That's already enough teams that could push them out of the top 4 again next year.
Yeah. And speaking on windows, everyone knows my feelings on that bald prick upstairs. He has to get this right.
What's really funny is when a lot of teams win trophies or whatever, like City owe all their trophies to their owners.
Yeah.
And mixture of like they've brought in some like decent managers or whatever.
Yeah.
Chelsea, like a mixture of the same or whatever, but your owner, bruv, he ain't got no fucking credit in the bank from this fucking trophy.
No, he has not, no.
Because he didn't contribute to it.
No, he didn't.
He didn't buy you any world-class talent that won you it. He didn't bring in a serial winner. He picked a Donny that half of us hadn't even heard of. You've got players that are like mixture of like leftover from before, and a few other players that you've got from like Brennan Johnson and Jed Spence, and players that you've got from like teams that are like were worse than you at the time, or whatever. But he ain't contributed nothing to it.
From the last 3 managers, I can tell you the players that he shortchanged the managers with players. This season he wanted Eze, and it was looking like we were going to get him, but we didn't want to pay his wages. So what did we do? We brought in Timo Werner back on loan. Conte wanted Bastoni. Who did we get him? Clement Longley.
Yeah.
Jose wanted Milan Skriniar. Who did we get him? Joe Rodham. He's a bastard, mate. He has to get this right.
And the thing is, look, he's one of you. I don't know. He'll either go one of 2 ways. You've won a European trophy with little investment. He's probably thinking, oh, you know what? They did it already. Maybe they can do it again. Or he'll go the smarter route. We've won a European trophy. More money has come in. If we want to be challenging for another one next season, this is where you've got to spend that money.
Yeah.
because you lot have, as a club, you lot have earned that from your owner, where he needs to now invest.
Exactly. Yeah. I think.
Like, if you win the Europa League, like a normal club, you would think, all right, we've won the Europa League. What's next? The Champions League.
Mm,
Like, it can't just be like, all right, we won the Europa League. Now let's build a little, like, half, like, arsed attempt, and then we just finish, top 6 for the next however long.
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
now you've got to put it in place where you've got to try and win the next biggest thing.
And the players that won, they're gonna want to do that again. They're gonna want to do it again. Like, I would obviously still take Eze, but they've just got Europe as well, innit?
Yeah.
So he'll want to do Europa with Crystal Palace. But like players that are in teams that didn't qualify for Europe, like I see that Mbueno might be going United as well. But Semenyo, there's no reason why we can't go and get Semenyo.
Even like I could see a little Justin Cliver at you lot.
I'd take Justin.
He's
Kluivert.
good. Evan Nilsson, good.
I would take
Like Bournemouth have got good players.
yeah,
They've got that Zabani or whatever his name is.
Zabani.
He's not bad.
What's that guy that plays for Leon? Cherky. Ryan Cherky.
Yeah, I think I saw like a lot of Man United fans saying, now that you lot haven't got any Europe, that whole link with Turkey's not going to want to come to them now.
No, you want to go to the team that's in Europe, and not even just Europe, by the way. The top competition in Europe, Champions League, man. I can't believe we're in the Champions League. You know.
Yeah, I mean it's fair. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, luckily for me, I haven't been heavily cooked by the Spurs fans that I know,
Yeah.
because I don't feel the need to cook you lot every given opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, and this is why I don't like a lot of Arsenal fans as an Arsenal fan, because it's one of those ones where, like, what satisfaction, well, even up to this season, what satisfaction do you get from bullying Spurs fans?
Mm.
It's like, all right, cool, Spurs have won a trophy, all right, cool, but it's like low-hanging fruit.
Mm.
Be a little bit more creative. If Spurs had lost the Europa League final, then yeah, I would have cooked you lot then, because it would have been something new and funny that happened.
Yeah.
The same way when you got to the Champions League final and you lost it, I cooked you for a little bit, but then after like a season or two, it's all right, cool. What am I, like, so much has happened. Why am I bringing up 2 seasons ago?
Yeah.
Like, what do I gain?
Well, we've got this summer. This summer belongs to us, 100%. Like you're gonna see me until the new season starts and whatever happens then. You're gonna see me on this pod wearing a form of Spurs kit, because this summer belongs to us, man. Like, it is what it is. And him, when he gets back here, I'm not gonna give him his present. Yeah, he's gonna wait until the season starts. I'll let you know. He lost his bet. Rasmus and Xerxes both finished on 6 goals in the Prem.
Which is really funny because it was 2 strikers against 1.
Yeah, and Solanke finished on 9. And by the way, when I put my little story out when we signed Solanke, I'm going to put the screenshot up now, I said how many goals would he get in all comps, all season. Butcho said 5 to 10. This guy got 16 goals.
Fair.
16 goals all season.
Fair.
It's not like, all right, cool. He didn't put up his previous season Bournemouth numbers, but that's not a bad return. In my opinion, that's not a bad return.
It's not to mention as well, he put up that return. Granted, you lot have won a European trophy, but you have struggled this season.
Yeah.
Like, to put up that kind of return in a team with, like, there's a reason why you scored a scrappy goal in the final, because you've got no creativity.
Yeah. Like, he's to me, I think 65 million, whatever he was, I think that's well spent in my opinion.
Yeah, 65. Well, you basically paid 65 mil for a trophy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many he scored in Europa, but I'm sure I've seen his name pop up a few times.
I believe it was. I think the majority of his goals come in. No, it couldn't have been. I think it was like 6 or 7 goals in Europa, and then 3 or 4 assists.
Yeah, 6 or 7 goals in Europa is still probably like 6 more than either Xerxes or Højlund scored.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember seeing them score. They probably might have scored like 1 or 2, but I don't remember them scoring.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. But what about Arsenal? Used 1 against Southampton.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Like,
did you watch it?
yeah, no, I did. Like, a couple like also Premier League related things to get through quickly before I talk about Arsenal.
Yeah.
Number one, this is probably the worst Premier League season I've seen in a long time.
Facts. Yeah.
And up there with the two worst Premier League seasons I've seen in the last however long. Funnily enough, Liverpool won the league in both of them.
Yeah.
Because the COVID win was fucking awful league. I'm sure that season we had Mustafi in a do-rag. And I think Tierney fell over. Like, people were missing left. Yeah, I'm not even going to go into that season.
Yeah.
But Liverpool won the league on a really low points tally for, like, over the last however long. Like, you've got teams like United and Spurs. You lot have survived relegation in a season, in a year where, with points where most other years you lot would have been relegated with those points.
Yep.
Because I think they used to say, like,
points.
ages ago, it had to be minimum 40, and then it kept going up, and there were teams that were getting 40 that were still, like, in that fucking fight, and you lot finished on, what, 38? One of you finished on?
Yeah, we finished 38. I think, 38, and I think United just got there because they beat Villa yesterday, somehow.
But yeah, the bottom half of the table just fucking shite. City ended up, like, scraping, like, doing a little bit better towards the back end of the season, but they're well below where they are. Arsenal second again, behind a Liverpool team. Yeah, we're behind the Liverpool team that, don't get me wrong, they've deserved to win the league, but they've won it in the year where everyone around them has been shit.
Yeah.
And Liverpool, they've won it in the league, I mean, that's fair, but if they had world beaters across the board, I'd be like, okay, yeah, you know what, fair enough. Like, Van Dijk has been sick, Gravenberch has been sick, Trent hasn't been that great, and they've been slating him over the last however long. Salah's been unreal again. Darwin's shit. Gakpo average. Like, McAllister's, like, decent, but they don't have, like... I'm still a firm believer where obviously Arsenal had injuries, City had a big injury, like, everybody had injuries around them. If you injured Salah or Van Dijk for 2 months, they don't win that league.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like, 100% they don't win it. Like, not to say that we win it, but it would have been a lot closer, and they're lucky that they kept them too fit.
Well, I still stand on and I'll die on this hill. I still believe that he inherited Klopp's team, Arne Slot. I believe that, and
yeah, because the only player difference this year to the year before was what, Gravenberch.
Yeah,
he's the only one that did, because Van Dijk does what he does every year. Salah did what he did every year. Robertson does whatever his legs allow. Trent, similar thing, like decent going forward, can't defend. McAllister is he's sort of like a good all rounder, just pretty decent at everything.
Yeah.
Darwin still misses fucking sitters.
Yeah.
Apart from that point where he bagged like 2 in like the last 10 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Gakpo, I feel like Gakpo's a very good player. He just doesn't really make sense for me for Liverpool. Like, I'll be honest with you, I think Gakpo would be better off at you lot. But obviously that's like my own opinion. Alisson's the best goalkeeper in the league, but at the same time, he doesn't have to deal with half as much as the rest of the league.
Because he's got Van Dijk in front of him.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah.
But, yeah, so, yeah, Arsenal, I mean, it's one of those ones where, like, I'm not too bothered by it. Like, I would have been more bothered had we lost out in, like, the last game or two, like we did, like, in previous seasons.
Yeah.
But for a while, it did look like we were winning it. And Liverpool clinched the title pretty early. Like, on such low points in comparison. So I'm not going to be one of those, like, oh, yeah, we should have won it. Or whatever. Raya got Golden Glove 2 seasons in a row. That's, like, very impressive from him. We've got players. Saliba, very good. We missed Gabriel for, like, either, like, a third or a quarter of the season.
Because the amount of set pieces you man was scoring when he was on the pitch, man.
Yeah, like dangerous. I love Saka. Obviously, Saka's missed out a little bit. Saka's a bit of a weird one because Saka he plays a lot better when Odegaard's playing better, and Odegaard has been very, very dead this season by his standards. Even though in like the last 3 games, it's like he's decided, oh yeah, shit, I can shoot, and then now he's shooting and they're fucking going in. Yeah, but I don't know where that was. But I'm not going to get on to Odegaard because if we sign a striker, like a decent striker that puts up numbers, and Odegaard doesn't do well next season, I want him gone. But at the same time, he might be struggling because without Saka, his only other option is Mikel Merino, who's decent when you put it into him, but you can't. Yeah, but you can't play him through and expect him to like run round everyone and bag.
Yeah.
Martinelli, he's got like a small handful of brain cells that sometimes he uses, sometimes he doesn't. Sterling was shy. I'm glad he's going back to Chelsea. Fucking.
He's finished, isn't it?
Yeah,
Sterling's
mega
finished.
shy. Trossard, I like Trossard, but he ain't got it in him to. He's not good enough to be a starter, and if you bring him on a little bit too early into the game, it's like he's like a very very good impact player. Waneri, I feel like should have played a lot more. I'm not sure why he didn't. I kind of understand it because the two positions he plays, one belongs to Saka and one belongs to the captain.
Yeah.
Rice has been sensational. Partey has been pretty good, but I'm hoping he's been good enough. I'm not sure when his contract is up, but I'm hoping he's been good enough for any kind of bid to come from Saudi, and I'll pack his bags myself. Kiwior's been decent, but I can see Kiwior leaving because he's not a first team player. But as soon as Gabriel comes back, we're going to have Gabriel and Saliba again, and I don't think Kiwior is going to want to wait around for the chance to maybe play.
Yeah.
Calafiori, I really like him, but he's made of glass. And Lewis
I
Skelly
really like
plays a lot
Calafiori.
better than him when he plays. Maybe it would be nice for Lewis Skelly to go back into his natural position in midfield, like as like a little like party replacement. But with Zubimendi coming in, I don't know.
Oh yeah, you got him in it.
Timber has been unbelievable this season, and I feel a little bit sorry for Ben White because I'd choose Timber like 9 times out of 10 over Ben White. But I feel like Ben White plays a little bit better with Saka because they sort of got that little Odegaard-Saka triangle when they're attacking, which I kind of like. But Timber's like levels above when it comes to defensive ability. Like you just can't beat him one-on-one. Like very, very good. Havertz, like I was getting onto him a little bit because he's not good enough to be a main team striker, but he's very, very important to have in the club. But at the same time, we'll see how well he bounces back because he only came back from injury like the other week or whatever, but we'll have to see. Trying to think if there's anyone else. Tierney, Milad.
It's gone, isn't it? Yeah.
It was nice to see him score because he scored, I think he scored against like Bournemouth like a month or so ago.
Yeah.
And then it got ruled out for offside, but I'm glad he did score. And he almost made me cry because obviously he had his little shin pads. He's got one with an Arsenal thing on it, one with Celtic.
Yeah.
Or whatever, because he loves both clubs, and obviously I wish him well. Zinchenko, fuck off. I don't care. I don't care. I see you got a new little skinhead trim or whatever, which is going to look really good in the Dortmund kit for 15 mil if we can get that. Shitter. Jesus, I can't really say much about Jesus. He's not good enough, but every now and then he just plays that really, really well. But he's not. If you need a goal, he's not going to get you that goal. But I can't really slate him because, like Havertz, like they're doing all right, and then they get like an injury that ends a lot of people's careers. So we'll see how well he bounces back from that. Before that or whatever, I would have, because he played like quite well in those games against Palace and he was doing all right. If he hadn't got injured and we'd got a decent bid for him, considering we end up losing him to injury anyway, like I would have happily like sold him to maybe fund a little even more potential Isak transfer, considering Newcastle. Did Newcastle get champs?
They did, yeah.
But did they get the actual champ spot, or did they get the one where you got to play a playoff game? So I'm sure they finished 5th, which I
Yeah,
think is the last champ spot.
They finished 5th, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sure that's the spot where you got to play a playoff game to get it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's peak.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe I think he deserves something a little bit bigger.
Pause.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong. The Geordies, they won FA Cup.
Man, I love the Geordies, man.
Yeah, they won the FA Cup. They're like a good fan base or whatever. And they always get onto people when people talk about players leaving their club or whatever.
Yeah.
But there are clubs where like Isak deserves a little bit better.
No, I agree. But I will say is I actually want to I want to start going to like, even if I can't get a ticket, like I would just like to go around Europe when Spurs are playing. Like I don't know why, I've just got a feeling we're going to play Prague away.
Yeah.
I would back that, for example, or like the Super Cup, go to like Udinese, not even have a ticket, just go and get involved, man, because
It's good being like a travelling fan like that, because even if you don't get tickets to the game,
yeah,
it gives you an opportunity to just like for city breaks.
yeah, exactly, yeah,
Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of places that like are decent to like see. Like I think like Dinamo Zagreb is Croatia.
yeah,
That would have been like
Yeah.
a decent one. But there's a lot of places in Europe that's worth to just see, because you won't be the only one there. You just go to a pub. If they're playing, you'll find a lot of Spurs fans there anyway.
yeah, exactly.
Or like a little, if you get like a Spanish team. And with the new like Champions League format, with that big ass table, you play way more different teams. You don't just play the three teams that are in your group aside from yourself, like
Yeah.
back to back.
I like him. I really like this new league.
Like for the
format.
fans, it's better.
Yeah,
I feel like it exposed a lot of clubs, because a lot of clubs had to scrape their way through it or whatever. But for like a travelling fan, yeah, you can't really lose out.
So where do you think Spurs will end up in the league phase in the Champions League? Knowing what you know, that we already can't obviously play 2 games a week with this current squad.
It's a weird one, because Spurs are so weird, where when you think they're going to do well, they do absolutely shite.
Yeah,
And when you don't think they're going to do well, they do all right. I think you lot won't get automatic qualification to knock out. You'll go through that playoff phase.
you think so?
And then you either just about not make it, or you'll get through and you'll go out of the first round.
Yeah, I'm not expecting much with this Champions League. It's just like, it's nice to be involved in it. It's nice to be involved. It's nice to have the money that we hopefully spend for it. Like, this is the whole reason of getting into it, and having that pool. You know, getting the players in. Do you know what I mean? That's what I said. Daniel Levy has to get it right. We need so many new players, man.
I'm
So
going to
many.
quickly transition into NPC of the week,
Okay,
because my NPC of the week is football related.
same.
Okay. I don't know whether we might have the same
Well,
one.
I've got NPCs.
Yeah, so do
plural,
I.
Oh, fuck me, alright, okay.
Okay. My NPCs of the week
Go on.
are all of you Arsenal fans pretending to give a fuck about the Women's Champions League.
Yep. I'm glad someone said it, and I'm
Right?
glad that person
Because
is an
I'm not
Arsenal fan.
afraid to say it. Like, look, I don't have anything against women's football. I have a thing against women's football's goalkeepers.
Yeah,
If the goalkeepers weren't so shite, I would probably watch it more. But also at the same time, like, yeah, respect to the Arsenal ladies team for winning it. But I'm not going to all of a sudden pretend to care about it, because it gets me out of a little bit of banter with Spurs fans.
yeah.
Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, all the fans, they're jumping on it because they're saying, oh, if we support the women won the Champions League, so you can't sing Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that. You can't sing that to us anymore because they won it.
Yeah.
Cop out. Massive fucking cop out. Because, like, all those people who are using it as an excuse, they have never watched a Arsenal ladies football match. Half of them, or 90% of them, can't name more than the 3 obvious ones in the Arsenal squad that everyone names.
Which I could name you right
Which
now.
is, like Leah Williamson, Chloe Kelly,
Beth Mead.
and Beth Mead.
Yeah.
Those are like the 3 main ones that everybody knows.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like, it's just NPC behaviour.
It is, yeah. Just to jump on. It's just, if Spurs hadn't won the Europa League, well, actually, to be fair, United would have won it then. So, you know, those Arsenal fans might have actually said something. But, yeah, man, I don't know. It's a bit...
Like, I understand people supporting them.
Yeah.
I understand it. But support them from the jump with your chest.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I support Arsenal Football Club. If women's football had been as big for as long as like men's football had been, it would be a completely different story.
Yeah.
But women's football hasn't been as big as it is till like fairly recently in our lives.
Yeah.
And like respect, obviously they've got there. Like I really like respect it. But in all honesty, like I don't support the Arsenal women's team. If I had to choose, I'd want them to do well over any other women's team. Or whatever. But I support the Arsenal Football Club that I have watched my whole life.
Facts.
That I have supported my whole life.
Yeah.
Like I'm not one of those fans where because I support Arsenal, I have to support all subsidiaries of Arsenal. Like I'm an Arsenal fan. That doesn't mean that every Friday night I have to drink Camden Hells because it's an Arsenal beer sponsor. I like Camden Hells, but if I had to choose between Camden Hells and Neck Oil, I'm choosing Neck Oil. And Neck Oil's fucking Spurs, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and I fucking love Neck Oil. I don't even know why.
It's nice.
Or whatever. I don't need to support everything. I don't need to follow Alexis Sanchez's dogs on Instagram. I don't need to follow every time we're linked with a player. I'm following on Insta.
He's gone. He's gone.
Like what do you gain? Like I follow. I think out of the Arsenal players, I follow men and women's included. I think I follow Leah Williamson because as a football player for like Arsenal and England, I like her.
Yeah.
And like she's Arsenal women's football team's most important player. I follow Martinelli because he's like my son that pisses me off every now and then, but I have to love him. Saka, and I think Lewis Skelly.
Yeah.
I think those are the only ones. I don't know. There might be others, or whatever. But I don't need to follow fucking. I don't need to follow Kiwior. I don't need to follow all of these men just because they play for the club that I support.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if he wasn't like a Spurs fan and I was a bit more, I'd follow Son, because I've seen Son's videos with. It might have been Lad Bible, suck your fat nan. But I think they did like the England versus Korea snack wars,
they did, yeah.
or whatever. But like I enjoy it because he's just funny.
He is funny.
He's just kind of like goofy. Like I don't know how to describe it, but he's like a likable person. As a player, I don't like him because I feel like he's just. I won't forgive him for that miss against City, or whatever. But like you can separate like certain things. You don't have to be all in on everything, every like aspect of it.
No, I hear it.
And it's like big NPC behaviour, because if I go and watch North London Derby at a pub and then I hear somebody trying to corner us for not winning Champions League or not winning European whatever, and I dare hear any of them say, oh yeah, well, our women's team won the Champions League, I'll tell them to shut up. Because I know you'll be able to tell. There's some people who you can tell watch women's football. I understand it or whatever, but it's very easy to tell when somebody doesn't watch it and they're just using it as an excuse to get out of a bit of corn. We've given you, man, abuse for like what? 15, 20, I think we've even outside of that, what was it, 2010, what was it, Carling Cup or whatever it is that you won?
Yeah,
2008.
Yeah.
Even before that and outside of that, around it. We've been abusing you lot for so long, taking a piss out of you for so long. We can take it a little bit. Like,
I agree, man.
One-sided banter is boring.
I agree.
Like, I've got a couple of like my closest friends who support Spurs. It's funny, like, I enjoy bantering them. And don't get me wrong, sometimes when you lot banter us back, sometimes it's funny. Sometimes because you lot get like really, really creative with it. I've seen all sorts of stuff, like Arteta and his 42-step plan that hasn't panned out yet.
Yeah,
I find that fucking hilarious. Or whatever. Like, it's just fun. Like, let people enjoy things. Like, it's not that deep.
Yeah. I think the only Spurs women game I went to was, funny enough, it was a North London Derby, 2021. It was actually alright. It was
Like, I would go to it.
Yeah.
The only reason that I can't watch it on like TV is because I feel like they market it poorly as well. Because like I see, like Arsenal do it. They do goal of the month.
Yeah.
And then they see it'll be like throughout the whole club, from under 20s, first team for men's, first team for women's, whatever. And it will show like a few clips. And then I look at the comments to sort of see, because obviously I've made my decision. I just want to see what other people are thinking. And I'm seeing some of the fans just voting for the women's for the goal of the month or whatever. And it's one of those ones where don't pander to women
Yeah.
or whatever. A lot of them will respect you more and appreciate it more if you're genuine when you support. This is like Avengers Endgame. Was it Endgame or Infinity War? Where they had the scene in it, where it showed all the girls and it panned round them.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Endgame.
Like
Endgame.
Endgame, where it showed Captain Marvel and all of them.
And
lot.
they all just spawned out of nowhere.
Yeah. Look, don't get me wrong. The scene or whatever is good, but when you're watching it, I was watching it and immediately I'm like, they've put that in just to appease people. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But like, I see like a under 18 player in the academy. He's gone through like 6 players, slotted in bottom corner, decent goal. I've seen Declan Rice free kick that's gone absolute top bins. One of the best goals I've ever seen. And I've seen the women's whatever. She scored a volley from like inside the box.
Yeah.
Good shot or whatever. But I've seen the keeper flap.
Yeah.
Or a lot of the time I see somebody takes a shot, the ball goes straight at them, but they don't react quick enough.
Yeah.
But they show it from angles where it makes it look like it's a fucking unbelievable finish.
Yeah.
Or whatever. If they absolutely bins it, fair enough. But it's the same standard that I hold to like men's football.
Yeah.
For example, Son's goal that won the Puskas, or did it win the Puskas? Or it was like,
yeah.
that year. I don't think that's a good goal. Like, I don't think. Look, it's a good goal, but I don't think it was worthy of winning it because I'm sure one of the goals was an overhead kick from like near the fucking corner flag or whatever,
Yeah.
that League 2 or whatever. I can't remember which player it was, or it might have been like a Rabona, like into the top corner. I can't remember, but it was around that year.
Yeah.
But Son's goal wasn't a good finish or a good goal. It was good athleticism, and he outpaced people, and the players seemed to pull off him a little bit because they were hesitant to bring him down
Yeah.
or whatever. But I can say that goal, for me, like, I'm not one of those where, a man has to win it or it has to be whatever. But if somebody's going to win a goal of whatever, I want it to be in a corner of the goal where you can't save it,
Yeah.
where it's unsavable.
Like Kane's goal. Kane's goal against you lot.
Yeah. Or another example, I think, was it Europa? Lamella's goal.
Yeah.
Rabona from, I think, outside the box.
I was there.
Yeah, unbelievable goal.
Yeah.
But that's one where you don't save it, but it's an unbelievable bit of skill, but you catch everyone off guard because no one thinks you've got that in your locker.
Yeah.
Like something like that.
And he done it again, didn't he? He didn't win the Puskas for the Europa one, but he won the Puskas for the one he done against you lot. Do you remember that one?
The one where he got sent off the same game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
Idiot, man. I love him, man. Coco, miss you.
Yeah.
Fucking, that was a tangent, boy.
Yeah.
So you said you had multiple NPCs. Is
No,
that
so
what
my
you meant?
multiples being
Okay.
Arsenal fans as a whole.
Okay.
A little side one that I don't know whether I might be stealing your one. Another little side one, Bonnie Blue NPC of the week.
No.
Because I thought she was getting arrested because there was clips going around of her getting arrested.
Okay.
It was staged.
Yeah.
It was staged so she could, I think, drop a video of her getting clarted in like a little, what looked like a prison
Yeah.
or whatever.
I see the video on Twitter.
Yeah, but yeah, NPC of the week.
100%. Like, yeah, so I've got multiple NPCs. I could go Marco.
Big NPC.
Could go Marco. I could go.
In case it wasn't made like abundantly obvious, a lot of my beef that I've just said that I have with Arsenal fans, he ticks 9 out of 10 of those boxes.
Yep.
Especially the following Alexis Sanchez's dogs.
Oh my god. Yeah. I could go the 3 dons that still haven't paid me for FPL NPCs, because if you want it, you'd be in my DMs.
Yep.
Like a thirsty man. But I'm gonna go similar to you, kind of. I'm gonna go for all the closet Spurs fans. All the Spurs fans that just creep out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing them at the parade.
I saw the parade. I saw on the final when it happened.
Yeah.
I saw because my boy Sam went.
Yeah.
And I noticed a lot more people were in the videos after the final whistle. Granted, obviously you have to watch the game or whatever.
Yeah.
But like a lot more people like than you could fit in surrounding pubs.
Yeah.
Were there after that final whistle, and you can tell a lot of them were just like. And I've seen Spurs kits around here. We've been walking about for like the last week or so. But prior to that, I hadn't seen a Spurs kit in this area in like 6 months.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, Like my sister, I love you. You know I love you. You gave birth to my nephew, and you know how much I love him. But setting your phone up when you're watching the Europa League final with your boyfriend, and then when that final whistle goes and you're getting involved, I can't back that. You're a gooner, and you know you are. Just because you got FOMO.
Swear.
Yeah, she set the camera up. She's watching it because her boyfriend's Spurs. All of his family are Spurs. She set the camera up by the telly, and everyone's like sort of, by the telly watching it. As soon as that like final whistle went, everyone's jumping up, going nuts. And I just see my sister just like, I'm just like,
Yeah,
come on,
fair.
man, what are you doing?
Fair.
What's going on? But yeah, man, Marco, man.
Also, a lot of those fucking Spurs fans. But I've saw Spurs fans celebrating and out and about.
Yeah,
I've heard a lot of those Spurs fans say, I will not watch another Spurs game till Ange is gone.
I just don't.
But all of a sudden, when that trophy's there, fair enough. Like, look, don't get me wrong. There's people who I know who have slayed Ange, who after winning the final, they've said, I think I saw even Expression say, he's slayed Ange or whatever, but at the same time, he's got to apologise. He says he doesn't think he's like a good manager or whatever it is that he said, but he's got to give him credit because Ange has made you Spurs fans happier than I have ever seen you lot.
Facts.
Because back in 2008, bruv, how old were we? Like, what, 13, 12?
I would have been in year 8. So however old you was in 2008, I would have been a year younger.
Yeah, so in 2008, I would have been, I want to say 13.
Yeah,
So
I was
you
like 12
would
or
have been like 12 or
Yeah.
whatever. But like I ain't seen Spurs fans that happy,
Yeah.
like ever. A lot of them.
No, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, I went to as soon as that final whistle went, and do you know what? To be fair to like the gaffer and whatever, I wasn't even going to go to the stadium after the game. I weren't even going to go because I was just like, do you know what? It's getting home, whatever. And the gaffer was like, you have to go to the high road.
100%.
Especially because I couldn't go to the parade. And I went, and it was the best thing ever.
Yeah.
It was the best thing ever.
I know a lot of men who they driven to like bars and they driven wherever. A lot of them they parked their cars in like certain places. They've all like firmed whatever fines they're gonna get. They've gone to around the ground, and they've just got pissed.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm not obviously because I weren't there. I'm not too sure how long it would have gone on for. But had that been my first trophy in God knows how long,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't come home until I'd be getting the first train back.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I what time the game must have finished at like 10. I think I got to the high road at about 11, and I was there to like 10 past 12. It was mental. The only reason I went is because the police started to get a bit because they needed to open the high road back up, so the police started to get a bit forceful. I was like, well, okay, I ain't got time for this now. So I managed to get the last train back at Liverpool Street within like a minute of it before it leaving. I was very lucky. The only thing I will say is though, like this is where it starts to get a bit silly. The West Ham fans waiting at Romford train station. Obviously, I live in like a West Ham supporting area.
Right.
So I've come off. There was a Chelsea fan giving it, and there was a few fights on the train with this Chelsea fan. I've then come off the train, walked down the platform, gone to the exit, and I've seen a load of like guys there. You know the typical West Ham look. You know, like the flat cap, the trench coat with the fucking West Ham badge or whatever.
Yeah, it's either those ones or it's the get the badge in guys.
Get the badge in guys. Yeah, there's a few of them. And I see them, shouting out irons or whatever. West Ham, you'd cunt this, whatever. And I thought,
But what do you gain?
that's what I'm saying.
Like,
That's what
look,
I'm saying.
look. If West Ham were playing at that time and you're already out and about,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
But arranging a link up at God knows what time to go and have an argument with another fan base. What is this fucking? Are we still what? Is this still Green Street?
This was 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
1:30 in the morning, and like I think what was happening is they was obviously watching the game somewhere local, and they thought, do you know what? There'll probably be a few Spurs fans coming into Romford. Let's just because I don't get it, man. I don't get it. So I just put my hoodie on, just walk straight past. I'm not getting involved in this.
Yeah, that's like win, lose or draw. If I go watch a game at the Emirates or whatever, I always take a zip up hoodie or something, because even if we like win, I just can't be asked.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy it, I celebrate, I do whatever, but at the same time, when it comes to going, I'm going home.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like I can't be asked. Like, don't ask me, oh, what do you think about the game? Like, no.
Yeah.
Because I'm going home. If it's like international football, like a World Cup or a Euros, it's slightly different.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be with the majority or whatever. But at the same time, I don't want to get too involved because, like, going like let's say that year we lost to Italy or whatever. Like, I don't want to be. Nah, I've gone out as far as people are like concerned or whatever. I've watched the game. As far as people are concerned, I don't really watch football.
Was you living here on that final?
What
2021, wasn't it?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I watched it with Chungus.
I think I watched it in like Stockwell, somewhere booky.
I swear down. Mad. I booked a hotel because I was like, this is it, man. This is it. It's gonna get lit. So I booked a room at the Travel Lodge on the A10. We lost. I went home and just fapped. I'm not gonna lie. I just went back to the hotel and just fapped.
Yeah, fairs.
You know?
Yeah, fairs. I was a state. I drank loads, but I was just fucking livid.
Yeah.
But then at that same time, I can lose a game, be absolutely livid, and not want to walk down the street and beat someone up over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I can get like annoyed or whatever, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just normal, bruv. Like I enjoy football. I get involved with it. Like adrenaline's high, cheering. Like you got to take the lows with the highs, but at the end of the day,
Beefing, yeah.
by the time I go to bed, I don't really care. Like maybe I'm also getting a little bit numb to it on account of finishing second 3 seasons in a row or whatever. But I was really pissed off that first year because I thought we could have snatched it.
Yeah.
And then we ended up like going on that run at the end and just fucking about. But then the year afterwards, I was like, okay. And then this year, I was like, okay.
So what about what if next year you finish level on points with Liverpool, right? But the same thing happens to what happened to you this time in FPL. So you finish level on points with Matey Boy.
Oh, we lose on goal difference.
Yeah, you lose.
I'll go mad. I'll actually go mad. Like, look, don't get me wrong. Like, bro, we used to finish fourth religiously.
Yeah.
Like finishing second isn't. But I feel like we do improve every year. But we improved this year on last year, but we got injuries in the wrong places at the wrong times. But I just want to see like a little bit of improvement.
Yeah.
If we get a world-class striker next year, this summer,
Yokeras.
and we finish second again, and our striker has put up 20 league goals,
Yeah.
and we finish second to, God forbid, a Liverpool team or a City team that's absolutely flying, what can you do? Like, what more can you do? But at least we're showing like we've improved. If we don't buy anybody and we don't improve and we don't get a bit more squad depth and we finish second, then yeah, I'll be livid because we know what's wrong. We're missing a striker. We're missing a good striker. We're missing a backup right wing, and we're missing another body in midfield. The main thing. Right? We've got solid like Lewis Skelly, solid left back, Calafiori, solid backup, some two amazing centre backs, decent backups, but all of our defenders can play at centre back if they need to. Right? We've got a decent-ish midfield, but we need like a one or two like extra like backups for it. We need another new left wing or whatever. But if we get like a few of those, like I'm not saying we've got to get like world-class players or whatever because we finished second, we won our trophy or whatever. We've only got the qualifying for Champions League money or whatever. But I just want to see that we're going in a step forward. Like if we hadn't bought anybody for the last 3 seasons and we'd finished second every single time, then yeah, I'd be fuming because we've had opportunities to invest and we haven't.
Yeah.
But we have brought in like buying Rice, massive plus.
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. Like bringing Lewis Skelly and Wanieri from the academy, massive plus. Like we have improved. We brought in Timber. He got injured that first season we had him, and then the season afterwards he's been fucking unreal.
Yeah.
Like we got rid of Ramsdale, got in Raya. He's won Golden Glove 2 years in a row. Like these are signs of improvement, and I'm happy. I'm happy with it. Like I can get a little bit disappointed, but
It could be worse. You could
Yeah.
you could support United. Fuck knows what's going to happen with them.
yeah,
I really don't.
Nah.
Ruben Amorim. How long are we giving him? 6
um,
months?
we'll see what he does in the summer.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't hit the ground running, he'll be gone by Jan.
Yeah.
Because if he brings in his players over summer, and he has 5-6 months or whatever it is
Yeah.
of implementing them into his system, if he's not like if by Christmas they're 9th or 10th, he's gone.
Yeah. Same as Ange though as well, you know. Like I don't want to wait around. Like if it ain't happening for Ange by October, pull the trigger because we can't wait around.
Yeah, like if Ange decides to leave, but obviously at the end of the day, you've got to like. It depends on like how you get rid of him.
Yeah.
If it's a case of like, let's say you lose that one game or whatever, the fans sing "sacked in the morning" and he gets sacked in the morning, it's very disrespectful for the one manager that's won you whatever.
Yeah.
But if you are doing absolutely horrible in the Champions League and you're in the bottom half of the table or whatever, then yeah, it's kind of like justifiable.
Yeah.
But don't become like that kind of club like Chelsea, like you're like what they did to Lampard, gets him into top 4, or qualify for Champions League, they get rid of him. Or Di Matteo wins them Champions League, season after
Yeah.
get rid of him.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair.
Wow, we actually talked about football for like an hour.
Literally
wild.
a whole hour. Yeah. Right. So obviously Butcho's not here, but we have got Little Ange. But we are going to do one half of Film Club.
Yeah.
Because Butcho gave us 2 films to watch. I'm going to put all my hands up. I didn't watch the second one. I didn't have time.
That's fine because I also haven't watched the second one. So what we'll do is, for those of you that don't remember, the film club was Kill Bill Volume 1 and as a bonus Volume 2. But I haven't had the time to watch. I think I've watched half of Volume 2.
Okay.
And this way, we could do Volume 1 today.
Yeah.
We can do watch Volume 2 by the next time.
Yeah.
Discuss it with Butcher. And then when we when he's back, I don't know whose turn it is, but then we can do the... Is it me?
Yeah.
Oh, then I can pick one. We can do the quiz and what's in the box and stuff like that. But I've got it all lined up, but I didn't expect Butcher to have his tail between his legs today.
I know. It's like when...
Pulled out on the day of recording. I think he's the first one out of us to ever do it, by the way.
No, he's done it before.
On the day?
On the day. This is like the third time he's done that.
Oh.
Yeah, he's done it before.
Fair enough. I was willing to give you the benefit of the doubt, but the editor has spoken.
70 episodes. I think the first like few you obviously weren't on, but I want to say he's gonna make me saying this, but I think you've overtook him.
Really?
I think you've overtook him. Yeah.
Because I know we've done a couple with us, but that's just because of like scheduling conflicts. But
Yeah.
fair. But yeah, Kill Bill Volume 1, very very good film.
I knew you'd like it.
Tarantino's got a proper obvious foot fetish.
Yeah.
Because I was seeing, what is it, Uma Thurman's feet for way longer in that film than I should have. When she was trying to like wiggle her toes or whatever after she'd been in a coma for 4 years.
Yep.
Or whatever. One thing that I will say about the film is after watching it, I'm very surprised that he likes it.
Really?
Only because I was talking to Luca about this. It's like almost like a real life anime film.
Yeah.
So if you like this, and bear in mind lots of parts of it are animated, like some of the backstories are like cartoony anime kind of style,
Yeah.
or whatever. Like if you like this film, you should realistically like anime, or you should be able to find an anime that you like.
Sorry, go on.
A very very good performance from Uma Thurman. I did enjoy it. I did enjoy like all the fight scenes. I love katanas. I think I own 3 of them. They're not up there because they keep falling down. But and I was giving them a clean the other day because you never know when you might be called into action or whatever. I did really enjoy it. I feel like it was paced quite well. I like films like where it breaks it down chapter, because it's almost like you're putting like mini episodes into a film.
Yeah.
Or I didn't really see. Oh, it had, what's her name in it? The Asian bird.
Got the cast up here.
But the original Asian Lengers. Is it Lucy Liu? Lucy Liu.
Yeah.
Yeah, baddie. Fucking baddie. Fair fucking play.
It's a very very good film. What is it? 8.2 on IMDb, 85% Rotten Tomatoes. It's definitely up there as one of Tarantino's best.
I like what they do with like blood in the film. They're very like over the top with it.
Yeah.
Like you chop off somebody's like head or whatever, and you've got bare blood flying up in the air. Like I like it because I feel like it was interesting.
Yeah.
It obviously looked very like over the top, but I feel like that's what he was going for. No, it was very enjoyable. I'm halfway through the second one, and I am enjoying it. I think the second one, to my knowledge, I won't go too deep into it, but the second one's got Samuel Jackson in it, innit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't realise, because they didn't show him in the first one.
No.
I think he plays the organ player at the wedding or whatever.
He's been in a few Tarantino things, hasn't he? Samuel. He was in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, which a little semi-spoiler might be my suggestion for next time, because that's on my list because I've never watched it.
Yeah, yeah. Sure.
But what I might do is I might pick a different film and leave that for like a Butcher suggestion.
Yeah.
Because he was on Fraud Watch up until Kill Bill, because
he needed to pull a banger out.
Yeah, he really did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say obviously we can't do like the full like rating. What we'll do is we will ask him what his rating is afterwards, 'cause obviously he's seen that film like enough times.
Yeah.
And we'll put that together, and then maybe at the end of the season we'll do like a little recap on the scores and where we placed what and stuff like that. But out of 10, I'll give it a 9.
Yeah, I think I'll give it a 9 as well. It's solid film. Tarantino, I don't think you can go wrong. There's not many films that he's done that I don't enjoy. Maybe like what's that one he done? Is it The Hateful Eight? Is that a Tarantino film? Hold on. The Hateful Eight.
Well, fuck me, I am hungry.
Again, yeah, Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, Tarantino. It was alright, but it's not as strong as like he's, like Django, fucking Kill Bill.
Django's a very, very good film.
Fucking unreal film. I love Django so much.
And Django has one of my favourite actors in it.
Jamie Foxx.
No,
Leo.
not even. The German guy.
Oh, Christoph Waltz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable actor.
Yeah.
He's in. Is Inglourious Basterds? Is that another Tarantino?
I believe it is.
Because that's one of my favourite films.
Yeah. Yeah. The memes in Inglourious Basterds.
Yeah. And he just makes. I don't know. He makes like. He managed to make like a Nazi in a film look really entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like he's such a good actor because he's like, I don't know how many languages he's fluent in, but he's fluent in what? English, French, German. There's probably others that he's also fluent in. But it's very rare that you get an actor that's that good in that many different languages.
Do you know what? I don't think I wouldn't even be pissed if we just like for the next however many weeks just done Tarantino films. Because he's not got a lot.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be mad at it. Well, obviously. Yeah, maybe we'll see.
Because now that Butcher's got access to,
yes,
not just Netflix. You notice, innit? As soon as he gets access to the Shadow Realm, he broadens his horizons.
Yeah, but yeah, I give it a 9. What'd you give it?
Yeah, I give it a 9.
Okay.
I give it a 9. Yeah, sticking on films, I wanted to say this. I did actually go and watch the weekend's film.
Was it good? I'll take it no.
I don't like. Curtis refuses to watch it.
Oh really?
Curtis refuses.
Which is quite wild because like yourself,
Yeah.
like everything that the weekend is in.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even like I think even if there's like a Fortnite, I think there's a weekend Fortnite skin.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm sure he's definitely got that. He's probably the only person on this planet that I could argue, and it would be an argument that is a bigger weekend fan than you.
Yeah.
I can't quite put you two. It's sort of like very, very close, but he's the
Yeah.
only person that I could argue that is a bigger or just as big of a weekend fan as you.
Yeah, he's locked in, but it's because of that shit he done on HBO, The Idol, and a few clips come out because me and Curtis was gonna go watch it, and I messaged Curtis and said like, oh whatever, and he was just like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not feeling it at all. I was like, oh, fair. I went to watch it. You will not enjoy it unless you're a fan of his new album.
I was thinking, because a lot of these films that are based off certain people,
Yeah,
not a lot of them you can like as a neutral.
yeah,
Like the Weekend film, I assume you've got to be a very big Weekend fan to like it. Like, but there's not a lot of films that are about people that are just good as standalone films.
yeah,
Like, I loved Bohemian Rhapsody film.
yeah,
Like, I like Queen, but I like Queen for their music. I couldn't really have given a shit about Freddie Mercury or as like a person or whatever.
yeah.
But that, even if you're not a fan of it, very, very
You would
good
enjoy
film.
that, yeah.
Straight Outta Compton.
Oh god, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
even if you're not a fan of NWA or that kind of music, still a very, very good film.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe it's just it's not quite in that bracket.
He just like, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad film. But I enjoyed it because he's got music from his new album in it, and it's cool to see the music from the album in the film. And there's some good scenes in there. He just basically plays himself as a guy that's going through like a drug addiction.
Oh,
can't
is he
sleep.
himself in the film?
He plays himself, yeah.
Okay.
And then he just meets this girl, and then Barry Keoghan's in it. His manager is taking the piss out of him. It's just one of them. It's just a film to go with his album. And
Is it one of those kind of films where, if you're not a fan of it, like you don't go to the cinema to watch it, you wait till it's on a streaming service?
yeah, I would say like give it a go because like the story is interesting.
A rogue film that I really want to see. I really want to see the Lilo and Stitch film.
Yeah, that actually looks really good, to be fair.
But the only thing that sort of half puts me off is I've seen like the casting for it, and I was really excited because I was hoping that, because as a child, like the older sister was a Lengers,
yeah.
but to my knowledge, the woman who plays her in the film isn't.
I'm gonna need to fact check this.
Because I remember as a kid, like, you know, when you grow up and you watch like certain cartoons, there's certain characters that have long lasting effects on you.
Yeah.
Like she was Tick.
There is another one, boy. Kim Possible.
Yeah, Kim Possible, She-Go.
Yeah.
Like all of these, like this is where my goth baddie interest, this is where it peaked. It had long lasting effects, which I sort of forgot about in my younger years because you don't really experience a lot of them. But now that I'm older, like, yeah, I'm back in. I'm all in.
Yeah, she's not as...
I was going to actually invite you on a really, really funny side quest. Right? Because because all my reels or whatever, it's like a mixture now of just like brain rot, football, gym, snooze, and goth baddies.
I know, because it's infiltrated my reels.
Yeah. And it's always funny when people send me they send me reels and it's like a lot of them have like sort of stopped because they're like, oh, I've already seen you've liked it. But yeah, I saw this guy who was ranking like the different types of goth baddie.
Right.
Right. And then he mentioned, oh, there's this place where they all spawn. Like a spawn point for all of them.
God.
Right. In Germany, in Berlin. Right. So obviously I was like, oh, I'm all for it. I started looking at it. And then I saw, like, I looked up the name of the club. It's called Kit Kat Club. Right? Yeah. So I looked it up. So if you look it up or whatever and you don't read too much into it, you see it's like they hold raves there, DJs, live music, whatever. But then when you look a little bit further into it, it's basically a sex club. Right?
I'm seeing some images right now.
Yeah. So initially what I was doing, obviously I was like,
Oh my god.
I was like, let me assemble like some of the boys
Right.
or whatever and let's go. because from what I looked on, like on Google, when you like Google it initially, it says something like, it's just like rave music, yeah, live music DJs or whatever, and it says it's a club that is very like sex positive,
Right.
and I was like, okay, and then I started looking at it a little bit more, and it's like, all right, cool. Basically, it's a club where you can go in there, and if you wanna clot in the middle of the club, you can clot.
Tuesday, right? 12 p.m. it opens, and it's
Yeah.
open till 7 a.m.
Yeah, that's a
Mad
lot.
on a Tuesday.
It's a lot of bodily fluids will be exchanged.
Wow.
But I did some research because I know a girl who knows somebody who lives in Berlin,
Okay.
and then she was telling her about it, and she's like, "Oh, it's basically like a sex club," and I was like, "Ah, okay," and then it's like, "Oh, you've got to dress in like a certain way to like get in
God.
or whatever," and I was like, "All right, cool, like a little goth club. I dress in like all black, wear a
Yeah.
band t-shirt, wear some cargos, wear some Vans or whatever, like some bracelets or something like that." I'll be like, "Yeah, I'll get in," and then she was like, "No, that's not how you get in." I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Oh, obviously because they don't want just anybody rolling in just to go in and clot and fuck off. Like you need to basically make it look like you're into that kind of thing." So then I was like, "Oh, what do you mean?" She's like, "Well, a lot of the time you basically to get in, you basically need to be like near enough bollock naked to get in, because like you got to change and shit, or you've got to dress in like leather or something like that." And I was like, "All right, cool." I was like, I could don a pair of like leather shorts or whatever. If there's golf baddies in there, like game is the game. Sometimes you got to invest.
Arseless chaps.
And then I started researching it more, and I was like, yeah, maybe not, but the stories would be funny.
For the plot.
It would, yeah, for the plot, it would be very, very funny.
Should we do it?
But I was thinking it because I'm like, if there's anybody on earth who would do it just because it's funny, it's you.
Who else have you got on the roster? Who else did you have in mind?
Like I asked a few of like my old like workmates.
Yeah.
Some of them are like they couldn't because if their girlfriends found out, even if they were going just for like the music or whatever, they'd be cooked. And a few of my boys were like, "Oh, the fact that you've got to dress in like a certain way, you've got to basically be like nearly fucking half naked to get in." I was like, I ain't got nothing to hide, but some people might be a little bit like shook of it. But it'd be really funny. But just know if you see the pair of us in Berlin
Mind your business.
in the next like year or so, yeah,
Business.
yeah, don't ask too many questions.
Yeah. I'll tell you what we could do. What we could do is we could, because we're only going out to Sicily next year for a short while, innit? What we could do is, if it's possible, maybe we could do like a night or two in Berlin, then just fly straight to Sicily, Palermo. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Live
but
it up.
it would be really, really funny. But apparently there's goth baddies galore that go there.
Yeah.
And my mate, whose mate lives in Berlin, she is 10-10.
Swear down.
Like 10-10. Apparently she's got the deadest personality ever, but that normally tends to happen when you look that good. Like, where you've always looked good, you don't have to develop a personality.
Yeah. And it's just coming to me now that me and you are the only single ones really in the group. I know Butcher is, but Butcher keeps himself to himself a lot, doesn't he?
And it's very hard to get Butcher out of the country unless it's for like something specific.
Yeah, yeah. Would he back it, do you think? CCB?
I reckon if the stars align, he'll do it. But if I sell him the story the way I've just sold you the story, he'll look at us, he'll be like, "What the fuck are you man on?"
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. There is one man who I know would be on it.
Well, the gaffer.
Oh no. Well,
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe, but
Because I know the gaffer's been to Berlin, so I might have to ask him. Maybe he might have frequented.
maybe we could recruit him. But there is one man that would definitely be on it.
Who?
You know the man. He sat in that very chair.
Oh,
Gilly.
Captain Gill.
Captain Gills.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm telling you now, we're obviously going to the States next year, which is wild in itself. But we're talking about doing a little European dirt fest.
Can you imagine the scenes we go into that club or whatever,
Yeah.
like a little bit of a rave, music. We can imagine there's like a certain point where in that club, two of us are clotting at the same time. And we just give each other like eye contact from across the room and just both of us just there like,
Hey, it'd be like that time Oh my god, I'll never forget this. It's gonna go to the grave with me, man. When we went to Bournemouth and we went into that strip club, and I'm there chatting to that strip, and I look over, and you're giving a full tactical analysis breakdown to one stripper, man.
Oh,
that was
of the
funniest
pod.
thing.
Yeah, I was advertising the pod.
Oh, that was the
And
funniest
she was
thing I've
asking like
seen.
bare questions about it. Like she might still listen. Shout out you if you still listen.
We have got listeners in Bournemouth.
Yeah.
So
Can you
fucking
imagine? Can you imagine? But yeah, shout out you doing your thing. But yeah, that was like a little rogue side quest that I wanted to put out there.
I'm
But
so
like,
down.
I'd be more open because it's one of those ones where like I'm just down for anything funny.
Yeah.
And even if we were to go, we might end up going, walk in, or whatever, look around, be like, what the fuck is this, and just dip.
But you know, we won't.
But at the same time, if we do go, or whatever, unless they're like really funny stories that are tellable stories, what happens in Kit Kat Club stays in Kit Kat Club.
Mind your business, man. I'm down.
And we need to make sure that we go on like certain days, because I've seen that they have certain days where it's very LGBTQ plus.
Yeah. We respect it, but
Yeah, like I respect like you do your thing, but if I was to go into that club and I find out it's like gay night, I'm gonna be livid.
yeah.
Only
Bad
because
trip,
I'm going there
yeah.
for goth baddies. I'm not going there for goth mannies. Like kind of thing.
Yeah. I hear it. So this is what it is then. Like everybody around us is either engaged, having kids, getting married. Then you got me and you.
Yeah.
The dirty delinquents of the group, planning to go to Kit Kat Club.
Yeah, but it'd be really, really funny. But yeah, so that was my idea. We'll see what Butcher thinks. We might take Little Ange.
Little Ange, you'll back it.
By the time we go, mate, you could have another trophy. You have to get him a second belt.
Yeah, well, we'll see, man. Inshallah.
But- Yeah, just a sort of tangent off of degenerate activities.
Okay.
I've got a little what is called the hardest gym would you rather quiz you'll ever take.
Right, okay. I'm here for it.
So we've got number 1. Would you rather constantly smell pungent body odor every time you set foot in the gym, or never be able to shower after working out ever again?
You see, I'm not going to lie. I put up with the first one anyway.
Yeah.
Because there's a guy that goes to our
But this
gym.
is constant, by the way. So every now and then you smell people in the gym that smell very, very funky.
Yeah.
But this is like what I imagine Comic-Con smelled like.
Oh, I'd never want to train again. But then to
But
never
that
shower-
after gym shower, it hits different.
Yeah.
And you need it as well, especially after that like long workout, especially in the winter, hot shower when you get home.
Yeah.
It's necessary. Like I can't function.
I'd have to go for the first, because I don't think I could go and get a pump and then just like say, I don't know, you got a date in the evening or whatever, you want to go and get a quick pump in, but then you can't shower.
Yeah.
Nah, I'd have to firm the smell, because I also can't not train. Like, do you know what I mean? I'd have
No,
to firm
I
it.
agree.
I'd have to firm it. Yeah, the smell.
Okay. Next one. Would you rather get an unpickable wedgie every time you try to exercise, or work out forever without being able to use headphones?
Oh man,
I'll firm the wedgie.
every time.
Every time. Brother, I've started making my way to the gym, realised I forgot my earphones,
It's
and I've come back and
got.
got them.
Yeah, it's curtains.
I can't do it because
Yeah.
I see some people in the gym, no earphones, fair enough. But if you working out in that gym with no earphones whatsoever, then you have either conquered your demons or you've got none.
Yeah.
Like I need it. Like there's certain like a good drop on a certain song can be the difference between hitting those last 3 reps and not.
That a good tune in the gym. That could be make or break for a PB.
I also need the music on the way to the gym to get me in the mood.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of like, it depends. Like I sort of cycle, but sometimes I'll go like a little bit of like Fred again, get myself in the mood. Or in the middle of the gym, like it could be fucking Korn, Slipknot, or whatever. Like I'd need it. And not to mention, gyms are notorious for playing shit music.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to be hearing... Like, I love Dua Lipa, I don't need to hear her in the gym.
Yeah. What was the first one again?
Get an unpickable wedgie every time you try to exercise.
See, my gym bro stays fucking with me. He'll listen to this and he'll probably just do it all the time now. Yeah, I've got to firm the wedgie, man. I've got to firm the wedgie. There's no way I can back the gym songs forever. Nah, no chance.
Fair. Okay. Would you rather forever exercise drenched in someone else's body sweat, or forever exercise while smelling someone else's protein farts? That's
God.
You know what? When they said this was difficult, you know what? Fair fucking play, man.
So stay working out.
So you constantly smell someone else's protein farts,
Yeah.
or you're forever drenched in someone else's body sweat.
Right, this might sound a bit mad, yeah. But when I train with my boy, if we're like doing bench or whatever, I'm basically just sitting in his sweat anyway.
Yeah,
But
where
do
he's
I
spotting
want
you,
it?
and you know the ones where you're getting spotted,
Yeah.
and that person, like, you could, like, it's almost like that fucking forehead sweat dripping on you.
Yeah. But then do I want to constantly, do I want it to be drenched on me? There's one thing sharing a bench with someone and laying in it, which you can't help, but do I want to be drenched in someone else's sweat? Maybe it depends, man.
But at the same time,
There's a gym crush out
like,
there,
I
man.
don't know about yours, but sometimes I've smelt my own protein farts, and I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Yeah. Peak
Like, you could
bulk,
weaponize some people's protein farts.
Yeah. Peak bulk. At the end of winter, it can get messy, man. It can get messy. It'd have to be the sweat. It'd have to be for me, the sweat. I can't. Because protein farts are so bad sometimes. You can smell it when someone's done it in the gym. I'm not gonna lie, I've been there, but I've accidentally let one go before. It's
Yeah.
what it is, man. But do I want to smell it all the time? Nah, not for me.
I might lean towards the protein fart one, only because I hate being drenched in my own sweat sometimes. Like, for example, like after like a heavy like workout, you know them ones where, depending on whatever training gear you're wearing,
Yeah.
you come back from the gym and you've got so sweaty. Like, you know when, like, in Spider-Man 3, where he's trying to take off the Venom suit and he's trying to like peel it off his back. Yeah, I feel like I reckon I'd firm the farts.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Okay, next one. Would you rather do burpee exercises for 2 hours straight, or lift heavy weights for 30 minutes while you have raging diarrhea?
Oh my god.
Fucking fair.
Fuck me. Could you imagine? There has to be for the second one, there has to be some sort of like financial gain for this. That maybe just, I don't know.
I've never been to the gym with diarrhea.
No.
Touch wood. I may never, hopefully never, be in the gym with diarrhea. But you know them times where especially like if you're doing like bench or any like push exercise or whatever, where if your stomach isn't completely like settled or whatever, like you can't risk it.
No.
Because if you push that a little bit too much, even if you like don't have it or whatever, it's one of those ones where you don't even risk a fart because you don't know. And like, but at the same time, bruv, burpees for 2 hours straight. I don't think I could do burpees for more than 10 minutes straight.
No.
Like a burpee, like, you know what? Respect to people who can do burpees, but burpee, like one rep of burpees is a lot of shit.
It's what? It's a push up and then you jump and into like a star jump kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's push up into like a jump followed by a squat, I think.
Fuck.
But nah. I don't know what I'd pick, man. You know what? I'd say do burpees for 2 hours straight.
Yeah.
Only because, just because I've got to do them for 2 hours straight doesn't mean I have to do them. If that makes sense.
It could accumulate over 2 hours.
Like, if it's one of those where you can't leave until you've done 2 hours of burpees or whatever, like, it's one of those ones where if my legs won't move and my body won't move, what can I do? I guess I just got to firm it. I just got to die there.
What would you do, right? You're in the gym You've gone with Curtis or whatever. It's busy. It's very busy. Your gym crush is in there. Okay. She's a goth baddie, obviously.
Yeah.
She's like, do you know Sinner Saf?
No.
Covered in tattoos.
Okay.
She's,
Saying that, I might follow her, because at this point I can't even keep track of.
I'm sure you follow her.
Yeah, let me have a quick look.
Have a look at her, Sinner Saf. That's your gym crush, okay?
Oh yeah, I am following her.
Yeah, I knew you did. Right.
Yeah, fair.
You're about to go for a heavy bench. Curtis is gonna spot you.
Yeah.
Okay. You've got the bar off the fucking the catch. You're bringing it down. As you've gone to push back up, you've shit yourself. You've shit everywhere.
Brother, even if it's not Cinesat, bro, I couldn't even firm shitting myself in front of Curtis. If I was to ever shit myself or embarrass myself to that degree in that gym or whatever, membership cancelled that same day. I'm going somewhere else. Not only am I going somewhere else, I'm going somewhere at least an hour away. Because I go Pure, which is only like 10 minutes down the road from here. If I was to shit myself in Pure, I can't go to the gym in Pure. I can't go Monster. I can't go Energy Fitness in town. I can't go, bro. I'd have to go to a London gym.
Because you'd be known as that guy that shit himself on bench.
Yeah.
Not only that, you'd have Curtis as well.
Yep. Yeah, and he'd never let me forget. Because this man, like, as close as I am with him, the amount of times he's done like little embarrassing things, and I don't often let him get away with it. I have never supremely embarrassed myself in front of him, and even like the little things, like he tries to like give me stick on a lot of them, but he don't win just because I'm better at arguing than him. If I shut myself in front of him, I immediately go to the bottom of every social pecking order to ever exist. Couldn't do it. Yeah, I'll phone the burpees.
What do you do? Like, what do you shit yourself? Like, where do you go from there? I get it, you don't want to train that now, but what's your very next step?
Also, how do you disguise it? Like, you could sort of like, it's one of those ones where if I've like quietly shit myself, I could probably sneak my way to the toilets or whatever. It would be boxes off, boxes have gone in the bin, and I'd dip. That's it, gone.
What, poo bear? Just straight out?
Yeah, no. Well, with my, hopefully, I'd hope my boxers have caught all of it. But if it goes like genuine, like, yeah, bro.
No, it's everywhere.
If it goes like throughout the whole thing, it can't even be a Pooh Bear thing. Like, genuinely, if I'm doing like chest press or whatever, and he's caught me doing it, it's one of those ones where I was like, put an extra 100 kilos on the bar and let it go. Let it go. Because then at least I can half describe it as, I can half get away with it as, like, maybe when they do like the coronary report, they'd be like, oh, the sudden impact of getting crushed by 200 kilos or whatever. Maybe it's squeezed out of me like a fucking thing of toothpaste or something like that. I'd be like, yeah, just let me die. Just let me die. There's no coming back from this.
You'd have to get Curtis to go Tesco's for you to get you some new boxes.
Yeah,
and some new trousers.
Yeah, or alternatively, it'd have to be one of those things where I would have to be on so much tren. I'd have to become so fucking massive that even if I have shat myself, no one can say it to my face. I'd have to be on smoke, pure violence. I'd have to make sure I'm built like Eddie Hall by the end of it.
That could be make or break for you. I'm not gonna lie.
But yeah, no, fuck that.
That was so funny. Fuck me.
Okay. Would you rather forever work out at a gym where no one showers or uses deodorant, or forever work out at a gym that only has treadmills?
It's got to be that's easy. That's the easiest one. Yeah, first one.
Yeah, because that's kind of like the smell one already.
Yeah.
Also, if you go to a gym that only has treadmills,
that's not a gym, man.
Like, you don't gain anything by going to that gym.
No, that's
you can run on the road for free.
That's Mo Farah's training facilities, man. It's not a gym.
Okay. Hold on.
Bless you.
Oh, okay. This is number 6. I'll read out, like, I don't know how many there are, but I'll read out like 10 and we'll leave it there.
Come.
Would you rather be forced to exercise? Oh, fuck me.
Bless you. See, Butcher, you rang me and said it was hay fever. Look at this man here, trooper.
Yeah.
he's
Fucking hell.
suffering, and he still shows up, even though it's his house.
Be forced to exercise every day in used, sweaty, stale gym clothes,
Oh my!
or be forced to work out in a gym where everyone but you is in the way, taking selfies in the mirror at all times.
Oh, don't. But don't get me wrong, I like a little.
If they're just all taking selfies, not that bad, but it's everyone is in the way.
Yeah,
Because I hate people being in the way in the gym.
yeah,
Or you know those people that they're doing, they're using a machine, but they're taking 10 minutes between sets.
yeah.
Like the only way I'll allow you to take 10 minutes between sets, if you are a power lifter. I'll understand it because, one, you're too big for me to say anything to anyway.
Yeah,
And two, you're taking like long rests because you're about to like lift the fucking truck.
yeah.
But nah. You know what? I'd say, I'd go with be forced to exercise every day in used, sweaty, stale gym clothes.
Yeah,
Only because,
yeah,
I'll be perfectly honest with you, like, there have been times, like, there have been times where I have worn the same hoodie to the gym for like a week, like maybe 3 times in that week. All the rest of the clothes underneath it, obviously all like fresh, but sometimes it's one of those ones where you're like pressed for time, and obviously with like a hoodie, it's a pump cover. Like you go there, you do your warm up, hoodie comes off. But I don't know if it's all clothes.
I just don't know if I can be asked for people just taking fucking selfies. Like, don't get me wrong, I like a little gym selfie if I'm feeding myself, I've got a good pump or whatever, and I want to light up the DMs, then I'll take a little picture, but I don't know if I've got it in me to firm everyone fucking taking one.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to pick that one.
You are going to pick that
Only
one.
because the everyday used sweaty stale gym clothes,
Yeah.
like I don't know whether there's people out there who can do it. The idea of putting on a pair of boxer shorts that I have worn the day before, I can't do it.
Yeah, fair.
Like I can't do it. Like, no, I just can't. Like once the boxers have come off, like they're straight in the wash. Like I can't put them back on because, nah.
Oh my god.
And also, if it's every day, can you imagine? Like, let's say you wore the same gym outfit for a whole week.
Yeah.
Like, let's say it was fresh from like the start. By third session of the week, fuck me. But sometimes by second session of the week, there's been times where I've gone to the gym in like a freshly clean outfit, and then I've gone back and I'm like, you know what? I could probably wear it again, but I won't. Nah.
By the third session, the fucking clothes will meet you there. It'll meet you there. They'll get up and walk the fucking bruv.
And all it takes is for that one person to whiff you, and I couldn't. Because if somebody like, don't get me wrong, like if it's after like a gym thing and I've sweated bare or whatever, I'm not too bothered. But if I walked into the gym and you walk past somebody and they immediately like pull a face like you stink, I'd have to go back out. All right, would you rather belong to a gym where no one ever clears the racks and puts the weights back in the right place, or belong to a gym where everyone corrects your form and refuses to leave you alone?
Oh, the first one. Well, I'll deal with that fucking bollocks anyway. Everyone does that in my gym. It annoys the living shit out of me. But the second one, no, I can't deal with that.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because I think form's a myth. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's a myth. I think you get.
I feel like it's different for different people.
Exactly. If you feel like it's working for you, trust me, it's working.
Like I've had people who've tried to correct form on like certain things.
Yeah.
The one I don't like is tricep extension.
Yeah.
Because tricep extension, I don't need to be there like looking like Sterling, like batty out.
Yeah.
Like I can stand there with my body straight as long as I'm engaging the muscle on like the tricep like cable.
Yeah.
Or whatever, that's fine. I don't need to like go into like a weird fucking like Mr. Olympia pose where your back's like half arched or whatever. Nah.
As long as your arms are like past your chest and you can get a good extension, it literally doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. There's content creators online that they look good, whatever, fair play, but they know it'll get clicks from people that don't really know what they're doing. Form is a myth. If it's working for you, trust me, it works. That's what I've learned anyway. So, yeah, the first one.
Cool. Would you rather have to work out surrounded by people who grunt obnoxiously and as loudly as possible with every rep, or have to work out surrounded by people who are talking on their phones while working out?
The first one. I'm not bothered by people talking on their phones because I can't hear them because I've got my thingies in my headphones. But I remember there was a guy. Did you see my story the other day where we made the make do fucking dumbbells? Did you see that?
No, I don't think I did.
Right, so yeah, my boy wanted to. The dumbbells at my gym only go up to 50, but he wanted to do 55s. So what we done, we got the two 2.5 plates, put a resistance band around them, and it made 55s. My boy done it. You did not hear a. Obviously, I spotted him. You didn't hear a peep from him. There was a guy a couple days ago, or whenever it was, who was pressing like 40s. The noises that were coming out of this man.
I don't understand
Wild.
it.
Wild.
Because I don't make any noise when I'm in the gym.
No.
Because, like, in my opinion, if you're making noises to the point where you sound like you're almost dying,
Yeah.
you're lifting too heavy. Drop the weight.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever. Like, I don't need to, like, there's a lot of people, and a lot of people do it for, like, ego.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But, like, they do, like, I hate the ones as well that do, like, deadlifts. They do deadlifts, they proper grunt, and then they slam the fucking thing on the floor.
Yeah.
Like, that's all ego.
Yeah.
Because if you're not strong enough to do a deadlift or lift a weight and strong enough to place it down, you shouldn't be doing that weight.
I agree.
I get it for, like, obviously, like, the power lifters, because they're trying to, like, keep as much energy as possible, so they drop it. And I think even when you watch, like, in the Olympics, they'll do, like, deadlift and they'll drop it afterwards. Like, I kind of understand it. But don't do it for, like, ego, because you're not impressing anyone. You just sound like you sound like you're a wildebeest getting your back blown out.
Yeah, no, I agree. So yeah, the phone one, I ain't bothered by that.
Would you rather work out surrounded by people who pile equipment up and try to handstand balancing on them, or work out with people who stretch and do body weight exercises in the free weight area? I don't mind the people who stretch and do body weight exercises in the free weight area, because where else can they really go?
Yeah, my gym's not big, so there's not really like loads of room to do that. So it is what it is. The first one, if I see that, I'll be like, what the fuck is going on?
But yeah, the people who, like, you know, I know it's those kind of people who they pile up like dumbbells and then they do like handstand, or they do like all this calisthenic stuff or whatever. I was like, look, if you can do that, fair play. But just know, the moment you fall over, Tom Holland, I'm on your ass.
On your ass.
I'm not letting them fucking get away with it.
Nah, I'd be straight in the office getting CCTV footage.
Because if you're doing that calisthenic stuff and that's all you're doing in the gym, you could do that at home.
Or go to a calisthenics gym.
Yeah, you could do that like anywhere. You're doing it to like show off. Like all those people as well. Like, it's very rare that you see them, but there's people that do muscle ups.
Oh yeah.
If you can do a muscle up, fair fucking play. You're in like a very, very small percentage of people who can do it. But at the same time, like, I don't need to see it.
Nah. Muscle ups are cool, but yeah, fuck yeah, I agree.
Okay, and last one. Would you rather fart every single rep, and it says brackets, yes, everyone can hear and smell you, or be unbelievably constipated throughout every single workout?
Fuck, man. Oh my god. That's the toughest one yet, I think.
I'd firm the constipation.
Yeah, I can't.
Bear in mind, it says every single rep, right? Most people on average, some people do 3 sets, some people do 4 sets, right? Let's say you do 4 sets and you're aiming between, like, 8 and 12 reps.
8 and 12, yeah.
Yeah, like something like that. Right, let's say even as like let's call it, if we go at a bare minimum, 3 sets of 8, right? That is 24 farts. Audible farts. I couldn't do it. Because then at that point, you've got to change gym again.
Well, so you're telling me...
Because then you get known as like Farty McGee.
Incline press. Every time you're down, push, fart, down,
Yeah.
push, fart. No. I can't be known as that guy.
Yeah, no, I couldn't.
Because even all the aura you would gain from getting so massive, you're basically working for free. because you're not getting them.
Yeah.
You know, you're in oral debt, if anything.
I've never been like constipated in the gym. But on the plus side, if you're unbelievably constipated, that means it ain't coming out. Like, at least you ain't got to worry about about shitting yourself
Yeah, I suppose.
or whatever. Or if like a little sneaky fart drops out or whatever, you ain't got to worry about having to go Winnie the Pooh at the gym because you shit your britches.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was the last one. I thought that was a
I really enjoyed that.
good little like way to like
really enjoyed that.
way to like end it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I stand by it. We need to get him in the gym. He doesn't realise how powerful he is.
yeah, he'd be a very, very dangerous person in the gym.
He really would. He really, really would. If we was to put him on a bench, right? Or let's just say someone puts a gun to his head and loads up the bar and says press it. What do you reckon the heaviest he could go? I'm gonna go at least 90 kg, at least.
Oh no, he can do 100
Do you think?
because Butcher doesn't go to the gym, but he lifts a lot through work. Like he's naturally like real world strong.
Yeah.
Like I reckon it really wouldn't take him long to warm up with my max weight. Like because he's already strong
Yeah, he is strong.
or whatever, and he has unlimited potential because he's already tall. Yeah, it's not fair. God knew not to make me like what 6'2" Snelliers or 6'1". God knew not to make me that height because he knew I'd be dangerous.
He reckons he's only 6 foot, but he is about 6'1", 6'2".
I'd say he is, yeah, because you're what 6'3".
6'2.5", 6'3".
Yeah, and when I see you two together, like I don't see you that much taller than him.
No, we're roughly about the same. Yeah.
But yeah, this is why God made me funny
You got
because
something,
he knew I'd act up. He knew I'd act up if I was 6'3", and if I had a full beard, he knew I'd be unstoppable. Like I had to get nerfed. I had to. That's just what it is.
It's alright, mate. You're still winning.
But
Still winning.
yeah, I feel like that's a decent-ish
Yeah, hour and 50 minutes.
place to like end it.
Good episode. Little 2-man.
Yeah, we spoke 90% of it. Oh, obviously apologise for the amount of football, but at the end of the day, the Premier League is over. We've only got Champions League left.
Yeah.
So you're not really going to get football for the next 2 months.
2-3 months, yeah. Super Cup next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just to end it.
Oh, sorry. I've got one more thing.
Go on.
I have actually got a proper statement from Butcher that he wanted. I was leaving it until the end. I wanted him to panic a little bit. You know, so I'm going to forward it to you right now. I believe he got someone else to speak on behalf of him.
Hi everyone, I am delivering this statement on behalf of Butcher and that he chat GPT this statement. Hi everyone, just a heads up, I'm going to be taking a rain check on the podcast today. Unfortunately, I'm not feeling too great and need to take it easy for a bit. Nothing to do with the Europa League final, lol. Congrats to Liam and the Spurs lads on the win. Though let's be real, it was a pretty underwhelming season for both teams. You guys know what I'm talking about. Get well wishes would be appreciated, and I'll catch you all when I'm back on my feet. Suck all your mums, and as always, Lou has no back off.
You know what makes that funny, all right? Because obviously, like, for those of you that don't know, that is the voice of the gaffer.
The gaffer, we love him.
And it makes it even funnier because when the gaffer reads that out, it's like he's reading out something at school.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you've got like that presentation in front of the whole class.
Yeah.
And you know what, fair play, man. It's quite difficult to get a voice note from a politician.
I reckon that was AI.
Yeah. Oh, mate, no, it can't. You know why it can't be AI? Because if we ever had AI access to Richie's voice, it'd be a long day for him.
Yeah.
Like, you know how much time some of the boys in the group have got? Yeah, no.
It'd be long. Right. Okay. Well, that's it then.
Yeah, we'll start with Lil Ange. Sniffing lines, fighting crimes.
Yeah, right. Here we are. I mean, it's always Gucci when you're getting coochie.
90% of people who practice veganism also have the tism.
Blood Bible.
Suck your fat nan, mate.
Here we are.
So we are.